and but this game you need a facilitator, you need a play coach to give you instruction. So we train play coach as well. So we have now 2 batch of play coach where they can have a game.
สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Thai Pulse. In the society full of different opinions, is it possible to actually sit down and have a genuine conversation with people who think differently from us? Joining us here is the founder of Talk to Transform, a platform that brings together people with diverse perspectives for open and meaningful dialogue.
สวัสดีค่ะ Okay, to kick off today's conversation, let me ask you about your interests. What sparked your interest in politics and international relations?
Well, I have to start. I think the first inspiration for my interest in politics is my father. He passed away now, but I grew up in a family where my father involved in local politics. So I watch television, like for the evening news with my dad, throughout my earlyhood.
Right.
And I'm very much interested in international news, not the local news. And I remember like my conversation with him, like asked about what is happening, and he explained. So I think that sparked my early interest in politics. And although when I grew up, I studied like international management, business administration for my first degree. But that wasn't my interest. Like you can feel, right, that whether that match your interest, your like the inner self of you. So my sister introduced me to international relations in the UK. So I think when I went there, study, try, and I found that I'm very much interested in international relations. It's not politics like politics, but international relations.
Right.
Okay, and with those interests that you have, has that helped to shape your career path in a way?
Kind of. For all the international relations students, you try to look for international organizations after you return home, right? You either work for international organizations like United Nations, UNESCO, UNICEF, whatsoever, or you can have your career with the Foreign Office, for example. So I try the Foreign Office, and I found out that that didn't match my interests. I would have to say that. And I have an option to teach as well in university. I tried that and I didn't like it. I didn't think like myself can do that well. I mean, when I first came back home.
Right.
Then I found the international organization from Germany. I think like it's the dream of most of the international students that you like to work on international issues. So when I work at the foundation based in Germany and away from home still. I mean, I work in Malaysia to start off my career for the international organizations. And the more I work, the more I found like my true self, that I really into the international relations thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're here today to introduce us this. It's Talk to Transform kind of game and also initiative, right? So you've been developing this. Could you please tell us, could you please describe the project starting from the background of this initiative?
Then I have to take you back to COVID times, like 21. Around that time, you remember the situation in Thailand?
Yes.
A lot of chaos and certain situation happened. So a few organizations reached out to us and asked for to brainstorm, kind of. So we were looking for a way that we can contribute to the situation back then. I talked to a German friend, colleague, and he introduced me to My Country Talk in Germany, that you pair a stranger who has different opinion and to dialogue. Some of them joined the program and became friends, like for years after that. So I thought maybe I could do that in Thailand, and we have never had a program where you pair up a stranger, like with opposite opinion together. So I email My Country Talk in Germany to ask like if we can replicate the program in Thailand, and they were so open and friendly. So they give me instruction on how to do it, and we then develop in partnership with My Country Talk in Germany, Thailand Talks in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is quite challenging though, because for Thai people, we don't pretty much prefer confrontation, especially if we have to be discussing different opinions with a stranger. I think that would be a challenge. So I guess that is why we developed this from Thailand Talks. Is that right?
Because since we initiated Thailand Talk, we had a lot of difficulties because it's not our culture to have a dialogue with stranger. And double on that, you will dialogue with a stranger on an issue that you have different opinion. So we try different kind of games. We ask people to draw cards, try to bring imagination of the pair to make it easier for them to start off the conversation. We try for 3 times because we organized Thailand Talk for 3 years. It didn't work. But in the meantime, we also talked to a few people who I like to work and develop some game based on conflict management principles.
Right.
So, at the end of the day, the pair who, or I say conflict parties, can still have their own position, but understand the opposite side much better.
Right. So it has to start with respect towards one another, because we all have different ideas. Like how can we show our ideas in a safe setting, safe environment, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, so since we're all looking at this board game here, so why not, can you please show us how does it work?
Yeah, sure. As I said, Talk to Transform game actually developed from Thailand Talks. So we use the mechanism of Thailand Talks. Like you have to set up one issue that you and I have different opposite opinion. So we can have like yes and no, agree or disagree, something like that. And then we will stand on the opposite side, like the red and blue, just like in boxing kind of.
It's like a ring. So Pi Yin is on the blue side, yes. And I'm on the no side.
Yes.
So we put the topic up here, right?
Yes.
Actually, there are some there's some cards here as well. This is the blue and the red, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we can have all the equipment.
We can have the
right?
heart. Maybe it's in the box, I think. Yeah. Somewhere.
Here.
Yeah. Okay.
Right
So this is how you mark the points.
Yes, that is how we mark the point.
We've written it in Thai, by the way, but just so you know, that's yes, and this is
So you're
no.
the blue
Okay,
and the
agree,
red.
disagree. Okay, I am.
But
you're
we-
blue.
Okay.
We have the question in
there you
English
go.
though.
This is
Sorry?
one.
We have the question in English.
Okay.
Work from
Okay.
home, save energy.
Okay, so that's the topic.
Right. Okay.
Work
so-
from home to save energy. So you agree, okay? For example, you agree, I disagree. But then now we have to discuss on why do you agree and I disagree. Okay, so because I think there are middle grounds here. There's no just yes or no, but we're just going to stick to our part and discuss
Right.
by having guidelines, right?
Yes. Well, this game to win, you have to do two things. First, you have to listen because this game needs deep listening.
Right.
You need that skill because usually when you debate, you don't listen to the other, right? You just want to win. But for this game to win, you have to move your heart closer to each other. That means you have to listen and be able to understand the other,
Right.
the opposite side.
Right.
So all the instructions here, I see.
Which one do we open first?
They're all about bringing us closer.
Yes.
Is that it? Okay. So this is like value and need list.
It's the same.
It's
So
the
it's the
same
same.
one. It's the same
Feeling
one.
list.
The other
what
one
do we
is
have to do
feeling
with
list.
it?
Yes.
So we have to list the feelings of the opponent.
Okay,
or-
before you play the game,
Yeah.
You two will have the same set of feeling and needs, right? So you will have to choose like which values you know hold to yourself, like respect, acceptance, or something. Like maybe in this case, efficiency. Maybe it depends on which value you hold on to when you have that position. Like you don't agree that work from home save energy, but she agrees. So you must have some values in yourself, like on the position.
Right.
So you will have to pick 3 on the list and pick one positive feeling and one negative feeling for that.
Okay.
And we will dialogue, right? So you will say something, she will say something, her position, and we will have a discussions, and you will have to repeat, like either side, I mean both sides will have to repeat what you hear. So if you listen to her well enough, you will be able to repeat whatever she said, right? And beyond that, apart from repeating, you can paraphrasing as well.
Right.
So that means you understand second step, right? Repeat and paraphrase. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And how do you mark the points?
Okay, if you manage to repeat, you get 1 point. Paraphrasing, you get 2 points.
Right.
But if you can guess the feeling, like when she said this, she feel this, you can move 2 points and to win. Then if you can guess whether which value she hold on to, like 3 guess, so you will get 9 points because one need, you get 3 points. So at the end of the day, if both of you move, closer to each other
Right.
and get like 30 points in total, so both of you win. If you have less than 30, then both of you lose.
So this is a heart shape in the middle. So who gets to the heart first? It's the
It's a
winner.
winner.
Closer to the heart.
Closer to the heart.
Yes.
But the fact that you described that, if we could actually have an opportunity to get to the heart together at the same time.
Yes.
Does it happen?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So that
Usually,
means we both have understanding towards one another.
exactly.
Right.
Yes.
So, Talk to Transform, we emphasize on how bringing people with different opinions to discuss in a safe environment and have better understanding
Yes.
towards one another. Why do you think that is important for today's society in Thailand?
I think it's very important if we look at the World Forum, the World Economic Forum, they rank polarizations 3rd. And if you go back many years, polarization still, rank very, very high. And if we look beyond today's, polarization will remain the topic that we have to, it's the risks in the world. So, Yeah, I think it's you have to like find way to live with polarizations anyway, and dialogue is at no cost. That we can bring people to talk to each other. Yeah, so I think it's very important.
Right. All right, that's our first break, and the next break we still continue with Talk to Transform. Stay tuned.
2026, a new chapter for Thailand that the world is watching. This year, Thailand steps up as a true global main stage, hosting everything from elite financial summits to the world's major music festivals. Ready to welcome everyone as the hub of ASEAN with comprehensive infrastructure, connecting every journey with ease and convenience, elevating your experience with attentive service in every detail, and low-carbon event standards for genuine, sustainable success. Be part of this new history right here. Thailand MICE 2026, the global stage of celebration. What if your next holiday didn't just recharge you, but rebuilt you? Welcome to Thailand 2026. We are no longer just a destination. We are your training ground. The government has officially unlocked the country for athletes. With the Destination Thailand Visa, or DTV, you now have a 5-year pass to live and train here. That's 180 days per stay. No interruptions, just focus. Whether it's marathons in the city or Muay Thai camps on the islands, the infrastructure is world-class. And mark your calendars for June. The amazing Muay Thai World Festival is bringing the entire globe to Bangkok. Thailand is calling. Don't just visit. Come to compete. Come to evolve.
All right, welcome back to Thai Pulse. We're still with Talk to Transform initiative. So, how do you come up with such an inspiring platform and game?
I think it's something to do with my interest in conflict management, to be honest. Like, because when I study, I also interested in like war and like all that in conflict. And as I mentioned, like when I heard about my country talk in Germany, like they pair up a stranger, like who have different opinion, and they have a software. So we try, and the first year we try, and we get like over 200-300 people join, and especially those who have to drive, like we invited people in a hotel. They came, met and talked, like to a stranger for hours and hours. And we listened to like interesting conversation. But what interests me or impressed me the most are those, like who drive, like who are in different provinces, and they drive to meet each other and talk. So I realized like it could work also in Thailand, and from the reflection we asked all the participants, they said like in Thailand, we don't have that platform that you talk to a stranger. And sometimes I think it's talking to a stranger is much easier than you talk to your family members.
Completely agree.
Yeah, I mean,
you can be more open, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't know
yourself.
them, right? And if we look into our situation at the moment, you have a lot of people, like young people or older people, they feel lonely because they can't talk to each other in family, in schools, because we are on, like on social media. So we are with ourselves all the time, with the platform, but not human beings. So with that, I think we like to bring people together on the board. And in my past years, I developed so many board games on human rights, on democracy, on economy, whatsoever, about like over 10 games already. So I know, I'm so confident that board game, like will sit into the heart of the people who play them. So when we did Thailand talks, and I understand like why it's so difficult for the pair to start the conversation. But if we can have the game and they can play, like we prep them, we prepare them before they split into pair and discuss with each other. So they are not stranger anymore, right? But they are somebody, the person already. You play the game together and you see them around. You don't feel strange with them. And when you sit down and have a conversation, then it's just like you exchange something with friends or with people you are familiar with already.
Okay. And how long has it been since you developed this from Thailand Talks?
2021, we develop the game. We discuss about the game, but usually one game, it takes like a year to develop.
Okay,
right?
so approximately a year.
Yeah.
So how is it so far? How's the feedback?
Very good. We introduced the game throughout Thailand, especially in universities, north, south, east, west, everywhere. And but this game, you need a facilitator, you need a play coach to give you instruction. So we train play coach as well. So we have now 2 batch of play coach where they can have a game and invite people to play.
Right.
Yeah.
And most participants are young students, right, in the game? Which age group are they from?
University and also young professional.
Young professionals.
Yeah, young professionals as well.
So you've been testing the game across Thailand.
Yes.
And are there any memorable moments that stay with you when you tested the game?
Oh, so many memorable moments, I think. What I have taken from them, they said like without the game, there wouldn't have an opportunity to exchange the idea. Like they have them. You and me can disagree, right? But we don't have the platform, and we don't just come sit and dialogue, right? You need a tool and you need something to start off the conversation. And this is the thing, like that it can be an entry point for our discussions.
May I ask, what is the favorite topic of young people? What do they talk about these days?
Politics.
Politics.
Yes.
Wow, surprisingly.
Yes.
Gen Z, they're more interested in politics nowadays, as you can see on social media platforms, on television, anywhere, because they now understand that politics isn't just about the authorities, the people up there sitting on the seats, talking about economy and whatnot, but it's actually about everything in our lives.
Their lives.
That's politics. And with this, the Talk to Transform, how has this changed your perspectives or approach in life at all? Has it changed that?
It confirms what I believe, I must say that. What I discover from this game and Thailand Talk is that there is common ground between conflict parties. We don't disagree with everything. We agree with something, but we have to, we must have a platform and time and the tools and the skill to be able to crack that, like to find out
to break the barrier.
Yeah, to break the barriers.
Yeah. And I think most of the time when we do something like this, sometimes we gain a friend later on too, because we have a better understanding towards one another. Because sometimes we don't get why the other party, understand things that way. Right. And when we hear it from their point of view, it just makes things a lot clearer for them. And it's like that moment when you're like, oh yeah, I get that. So I think that's a very safe way to have discussions on different opinions.
Right. Do you have any plans to try this game with different group of people, like politicians or people who have influence on our society?
Well, I have plans all the time, even before election, to invite politicians to play the game, but it didn't happen. But I also like to try with local politicians because they are the one who stay closer to the community, right? So I have a plan to roll that out.
I think something like this should happen more often. Don't you think? Because I don't know if it's like an Asian thing, but for Thai people, whenever we have different opinions, it's quite difficult to just sit down and share your opinion to the other party and just find a middle ground for it. And most of the time it turns into something serious or sometimes into a fight. And most of the time it ends up bad, ends up you're disagreeing even more and not being friends later on. And sometimes you're friends, but then after the discussion, it might not end up well. So I think we should learn how to just accept one another's different opinions and just respect, showing respect and acceptance towards what other thinks. Because there's always different sides to things, right?
And from your experience, you told us that this platform has been developed from German platform, right?
Yes.
Do you notice difference of culture of expressing opinions between Thai and Germans, and how does that affect you as a founder of this game?
Well, when I first started off the game to try the platform for people to discuss on like difficult topic, I thought the Thai culture, we wouldn't be interested enough, just to sit and dialogue on a difficult topic. And if we compare to European setting, I think it's easier for them, right? Because they discuss all the time, like having open discussions. But throughout my experience for the past 3 years that we have been trying this game, I think like if we have the safe environment and people feel they are safe to talk, the Thai can actually have a fruitful dialogue as well. Not only students, but people in general.
German in general, they're quite opinionated, right? Which is quite the opposite from Thais. So why do you think bringing in that platform from German would work for Thais?
Well, because it's just a platform, right? You don't need the opinion. So you provide an empty platform for people to come and meet the other side, discuss with a stranger and on a topic that they both are interested in, but they might have like different position on the topic. To understand the other side, maybe it's just to understand. You don't need to change yourself. You don't need to change your position at all. You just try and have fun. It's just a game.
And I think by listening we get to learn new things too.
Right. And how do we find this game? Can we rent it somewhere or buy it somewhere?
You just go to Talk to Transform Facebook page and you will find how to get the game.
Okay. So today we discuss on how Talk to Transform, bringing in people with different opinions, sit down in a safe environment and talk, sharing ideas, sharing opinions, and also showing respect towards one another's opinions as well. And also at the same time gaining more understanding towards one another. And also we discuss on the importance of open dialogue in today's society as well. So thank you very much, Dr. Mary, for joining us today. ขอบคุณนะคะ And thank you for joining Thai Pulse. We'll see you again next time. สวัสดีค่ะ